disconnect the ground wire and then try cranking it over, see if there's anything there. What I'm going to do is keep this here as a long central bar till about probably here. Alright. Racing up, all measured right for the pie board. G'day everybody. Well, just a quick vid on showing you how to do a sort of a quick fix on the old compressor. Now what the compressor did is it works on a couple of little things called valve or reed valves. It's really just a bit of spring steel, okay, looks like that. In this particular one it does, but most have some sort of Weber or spring metal or even a rubber as a diaphragm to stop the air from going in and out. What generally happens is, well, in my one, is this here, the actual one side, there's two of them, one on the intake and one on the outtake, okay, and this one here snapped. Pretty much stuffs the compressor because it either won't keep the charge or it won't suck the air in. So I went looking for the Remington stockist. This was bought from Mitre 10. We paid a couple of $100 or $150 odd for it. To replace it, it's $150 to buy a 2 horsepower 24 litre air compressor. It's only a little toy, good enough for my tyres and the bouncy balls and shit. But after some investigation, it's just unreal to try and find a simple little thing like that to fix it. So here's the workaround. What you do is you go and pick yourself up a set of these. Okay, it's just a fit. These are what you call feeler gauges. You use these things to like measure the gaps or the sparking gap between spark points, or the actual distance between a tappet and the top of a valve rod, or you know, it's multiple things they use feeler gauges for. They're just different thicknesses of metal. All right, I've matched this one up to like a 0.013 of a millimeter of what I need, and what I did is I have cut one off, right, or actually unscrewed it. A pair of tin snips is all I needed to cut it, and then I used an angle grinder just to shape the new one. And you can see there actually there's still the writing from the feeler gauge, so that was a 0.33 millimeters or 0.013 feeler gauge. Alright, that basically I just measured up to be a rough thickness going by eye. I've only got one, the other one's fucking blind, but from what I can tell, looks about right. Okay, now what you see on the top of the head here is exactly what you, well, on the block here is what you see exactly the same on the head, it's just reversed. So one will fit in there, like that, and the other one will fit across there, but that sits in its little, I've got a little cutout for them to fit into. Alright, so once that's done, all I've got to do now is get it back together in the right spot. It's really only 4 bolts, 10mm nuts, and an O-ring seal on that side for the outlet. Okay, so we'll see how we get on now. My only tricky point here was trying to get this to sit in there while it's upside down so I can line things up. So what I'm going to do is use a tiny little bit, I believe this is engine oil, car oil of some sort. Excuse me, the old oil can. Okay. What I'm going to do is just oil that up a bit. It's just standard 30-40 oil, but it's enough to give it some tack, which is all I really want. Left it a little tacky, a little skip of oil on the top, and in theory, if I drop that in there, it's going to sit in there, I'm hoping. Try not to get the oil on the actual face plate of the head, and if that don't work, just to be doubly safe, you have a set of feeler gauges, might as well use them. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold that there. Alright, so when I hold it upside down, it stays. Alright. Try not to do it up too tight. Remember, these things are only aluminium. They do fuck out really easily if you try to tighten things up too much. Alrighty, so that's how you put a air compressor head back together. Doesn't look like I've missed anything there. Looks like everything's together. Power's on. Let's see if it starts to charge, shall we? I'll just take you off of the tripod stand. Alright. So you can see in here there's no gaps anymore between those two. If I had that wrong, there would be a gap. So let's see how she goes. Tightened up the outlet pipe there. Look what I forgot to put in. Silly me. As you can see though, it's definitely keeping the pressure. Back in a minute. I'm just going to change that and put that put the gasket in. Silly me. Okay, we're back. I've put that little gasket on there. Okay. And away she goes. A little bit of a leak there from that. It's just the valve. That's alright, I can fucking live with that. Let's just see if she turns back on again. Lovely. Oh, there you go guys. It's a simple fix. The feel gauge has cost me $15, a little bit of time, and away we go. Saved myself having to spend another $150 just to blow balls up. Yeah, granted there's a hand pump, but I also like to pump tyres up on things like ride-on lawnmowers and cars and ambulances, all sorts of fucking shit. So, one more job done.